to show you guys something. This is my baby sister. Take a look at her gorgeous eyes. Take a look at her skin tone. Okay, now let me tell you something. Give you a little bit of background. We have the same father who is a darker skinned man, but both of our mothers are light skinned. Her mother on one hand had the lighter eyes, therefore she took after her mother's skin tone and her eye color, as well as her 4C hair. Now, my mother was a light-skinned woman who did not have light eyes, but she had a looser hair texture. Therefore, I came out with a actual looser hair texture than my lighter-skinned sister. Now, she is 18 and I am in my 30s. And let me tell you, my sister is one of the most confident young ladies I have ever met because of her mother. Her mother was a hippier type woman who shaved her head, never wore wigs, and never wore makeup, who genuinely loved who she was, loved the people around them, and nurtured her daughter to love herself, love her hair, and to not allow others' expectations to mess up her confidence. Imagine going into school and girls telling you to take out your contacts because they don't believe they're yours because your hair is way too thick. My younger sister wore locks for many years. She combed them out and learned to do her own hair because she wants to be a hairstylist part-time or full-time. She's still young and figuring her way out in this world. But when I tell you that it starts in the home, it starts with the mothers. The mothers will ruin your confidence. They will tell you that you're not good enough because you don't fit certain standards. Not my little sister. She's one of the most confident young ladies I have ever met. She loves herself, her natural hair, her natural beauty. She doesn't try to cover up or hide anything. She appreciates what her mother has given her, and her mother is one of the realest, lighter-skinned women I have ever met because even though my little sister, who is lighter than most of us in the family, has tougher hair than most of us as well, she never allowed her to go out here and allow other people to project on her, to ruin her confidence. It starts in the home. So this whole conversation with Miss Nina Simone, I believe her name is, where she said that she feels some type of way because her hair isn't as loose, and I'm sure she cannot stand to see a browner skinned girl with a better hair texture than her. I'm sure it just eats her up inside. But it starts at home. If you did not have a confident mother, then you will not raise confident children.
Hello, hola, bonjour. I am, yo soy, je suis Lexi, the cafe au lait or the cafe con leche creole, and I'm so flabbergasted. Normally I say excited or elated, but I'm just flabbergasted. Like I'm talking, I had to go grab my mic and plop my pretty Creole cheeks onto this outdoor patio. So if y'all can hear my little AC fan, my apologies, to react really quickly. So I'm not going to discuss too much over the jealousy and why the sister is jealous. I mean, it's pretty obvious, you know, the green eyes, the little sister looks like a prettier version of her. It is what it is. With or without the green eyes, I would be feeling that way because I know somebody will jump to conclusions, right? But, anyways, I had a question. I wanted to see if her sister was really that complexion on the video because I was trying to decipher if the sister was lying about thinking her little sister is, you know, light skinned to humble her or have her humbled on TikTok since she's mad about the beauty and the green eyes, or if the sister, you know, used a filter to make them look closer in color, or if the sister just used the picture of the girl like when she's tan. Because I know I always talk about how I tanned when I'm bronze. On my PSG channel, I have like a couple videos where I have a strappy dress so you can see I'm like bronze from the chest up, and then where I'm covered up while tanning, I'm like super pale. So I was like, okay, maybe she used a picture of her sister at her darkest and compared her, you know, while she's at her lightest, like the older sister was the lightest, the younger was the darkest, or maybe she just used a filter. I don't know. I had questions. I wanted to see what the little sister looked like without being tinkered with by the older sister, okay? And I didn't even complete that mission because I went to that TikTok. It's pinned to this girl's profile. She's a terrible older sister. She knows what she's doing. And one of the first comments was like, y'all are the same skin tone. I think everybody has that same sentiment, right? But she replied to that comment saying the reason why she calls her little sister light skin is because she's in the South. And when she uses the concept of a paper bag test, the sister passes and she doesn't. Which leads me to believe that, yeah, she used the picture of the younger sister even when she's hella tan, or she used a filter, but who knows for sure, right? Either way, the main point of this video is the fact that she thought it was normal to subject her little sister, who's 12 years her junior, to a paper bag test. And not only did she subject her baby sister to a paper bag test, which she could have potentially done as a minor because her sister was 18 when this video was released, but she felt the need to post her results to TikTok for thousands of people to see. And then she admitted that she utilized the paper bag test for thousands of people to see to justify this behavior and double down by keeping that TikTok pinned to her profile. Even to this day. And I am just mind blown. I am beyond mind blown. She's trying to make it seem like she's this woke, aware, anti-colorist, features all these things while trying to humble her sister online and admitting that she's reinforcing the use of the paper bag test while trying to justify it by saying she's from the South. I don't care where you're from. If you are 30 with a developed prefrontal cortex and access to the internet, that means you have enough resources to realize how ridiculous that is. It's giving Jim Crow. Okay? And weren't there paper bag churches in the Black community, now that I think about it, where if you were darker than a paper bag, you couldn't get in? It's kind of giving that right there, but I digress. So anyways, I'm like honestly mind blown. And this just had me thinking, like, this is why I make the content that I make and I speak about the things that I speak about. Because if you were here when I first made this channel, I wasn't really concerned about skin tone. But it's people like this girl who kept bringing up my skin tone and whether or not they believed I passed the paper bag test, calling I'm just another colorist Creole who thinks I'm better because I'm lighter, all this stupid shit, right? It's these type of people that helped me to kind of pivot my channel a little bit. Because I'll be damned if anyone tries to convince mixed or light-skinned people that, oh, we have issues, we're just trying to grasp for straws, oh, we're living in a delusional, whatever, all the stupid shit people say when we make content. I'll be damned if people successfully gaslight me or any other MLS person. Meanwhile, you have jealous older sisters, jealous siblings, and Lord knows who else using the paper bag test on their own relatives at least a decade younger, because they're that fixated with their skin tone. And don't even get me started about how it's pretty obvious she was fantasizing about having green eyes like this young lady. Imagine going to school and people are telling you to take out your contacts because they don't believe your eyes are real because they're so pretty. Bitch, you're 30 years old still fantasizing about what people in school are saying? You could tell she can't handle the fact that she perceives her little sister as passing the paper bag test and having green eyes. Oh, no, no, no. And this is why this content is necessary. That is scary. You have people like that in this world, thinking about people's complexion, obsessing over people's complexion, looking at if you can see our veins or not, looking at if we passed the paper bag test or not, looking at all this stupid shit. Wow. That is scary. And I honestly think that is dangerous too. It's very dangerous. I mean, look at what happened with this viral TikTok. That can be very emotionally damaging for someone, especially at only 18. And people will sit here and play in MLS faces like, oh, we're just fixating too much on skin tone. No, other people are. Mainly the ones who don't have it on both ends of the spectrum. Both ends of the spectrum. So, until people stop using paper bag tests on their relatives, I'm going to keep making content because that's very deplorable. That's despicable. And I really don't think it's safe for MLS people to grow up in environments around people like that. And, you know, they have different mothers, right? So hopefully that young lady is not subjected to that BS consistently. But it just goes to show how fixated people are on our skin tone. But when we reply in person or we make content to reply, oh, we're just delusional. Oh, we just care too much about being light skinned. Do we care too much about being light skinned? Or do other people care too much about who is or isn't light skinned and we simply reply? A paper bag test on your sibling? That's next level demented. That's just next level demented. And I think all the people who are mad at my content and other MLS content should worry less about us replying to this kind of behavior and worry more on addressing the dark skinned individuals who are subjecting their siblings and family members and Lord knows who else to unsolicited paper bag tests. Because in 2025, living in the South is no excuse. I'm Creole, okay? People love to say all Creoles are colorist. I still have Creole relatives that are all up in the South, and I could promise you, every time we've interacted with them, none of them pulled out a paper bag test. But you want to guess who has called out my skin tone? The people who wanted to tan to get it, and the people who wanted to bleach to get it. And as you can see here, based off this video, it's one of the usual suspects. These folk need to get some help. So I'm just gonna leave that there, y'all. Like, can you just tell how flabbergasted I am? Can you tell how flabbergasted I am? God bless that young lady, and I hope that she's not subjected to that for much longer. And if it hurt her, I hope she's able to get some really great help. Bye.